Hello and a very warm welcome to today's video. Now in today's video I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how you can make the most out of dealing with your customers. And in particular I want to talk about those customers where you do a bit of work for them here and there, or you do work throughout the month but you don't actually invoice them till the end. Now the most important thing that you can think about doing at that point is ensuring that whatever work you've done for them you invoice at the end. Because nobody wants to be in that position where you get to the end of a year, or worst case, you never remember about it and you've done a piece of work, but you never actually got to the point where you've been able to invoice for that work. We never want to be in that position. So in today's video, we're going to see what QuickBooks has in store that can help you make sure that next time you do a bit of work for someone, you get paid for it. Let's have a look. Hello, my name is Aaron Patrick. I'm a chartered accountant, a certified UK trainer, and fancy new logo, that QuickBooks chap on the internet, head of accounts here at Bookkeeping, and also your friendly podcaster who goes live each and every Monday morning for Ask the Accountant. Now in today's video, it's something that we need to make sure we're all aware of, because what you don't want to be doing as a small business, or any business for that matter, is providing work for someone and not getting paid for it. That is the worst possible way to ensure that your business doesn't survive. So how can we help with that? Well, QuickBooks has some really cool tools in place that can actually really make your life easier in terms of keeping on top of it. And that's what we're going to look at today. So first of all, let's make sure we're all set up. Now in this particular version of QuickBooks, I'm using QuickBooks Plus. And in QuickBooks Plus and Advanced for that matter, we actually have a nice little extra feature in here, which is under expense, and it's called the opportunity to make items billable. Now, the idea of making items billable is if you've actually incurred an expense within QuickBooks, then you have the ability to actually state that that expense is related to a particular customer. Now, it's asking me for default rates here, 5% and stuff like that. Don't worry about that for now. Just think about the process of how this works. So if I was going to press new now, and I was going to go and put an expense in, and if I had an expense maybe for travel here, so let's say that I'm just going to do cash on hand. I'm going to say for hotels. And let's say then that it was for £100 travel expenses and there was a bit of VAT on it, right? So at this point then, if I just press save now, if actually realizing that this particular expense is something that I can pass on to my customer and I've got an agreement to do that, then without QuickBooks' help, my only option here is to maybe put a post-it note, or try and hope I remember next time I raise their invoice, or there's going to be some sort of manual process, right, of being able to grab that expense that we've just incurred and make sure we pass it on to the customer and include it on their next return. But that's where billable expenses comes into play. So from here, same expenses I've just done, but I'm going to utilize this billable area just here. What that means is this is for any line item in QuickBooks. I can tick the box, say it's billable. I can apply a markup, but for now I'm just going to leave that there. But the important thing is telling me what customer it's going to be. So what customer does this relate to? Well, let's say it relates to Alex Blue, right? From here then, I'm going to ignore class, I'm going to save and close. What happens when I raise an invoice for Alex Blue? Well, I go to the customer, I go invoice, I go and put Alex Blue in, and keep an eye on what happens on the right hand side. You see, as soon as I select Alex Blue, up pops a add to invoice option. Basically, it's now prompting me that that £100 worth of travel expenses that I've incurred, well, I can bring it in and put it into my next invoice. Meaning that in theory, I don't forget the opportunity to bring this in. And all I do is I press add, then that becomes a line item on my invoice. I really should have put a bit of description in here, it would have made it a lot easier. But then if I save and close, I now generated an invoice based on there. But what was that markup element about? Well, let's go and create a brand new expense this time. And we're going to go for a hotel again. But the idea is now, and I'm actually going to put a hotel description in. So I'm just put hotel for job. I'm going to mark as billable. We're going to do Alex again. But this time round, I'm going to do a markup of 10%. And the idea of the markup, if I press save and close, is this time round, if I press new, go to invoice, and then again, put Alex in as my customer, I'm going to be prompted to put £110 worth of cost because it's applied that 10% markup for me. Now, the beauty of this is if I just add this in, this time it's a lot better because I've got the hotel for job there as well. But notice your customer won't see this. So if I was to, Let's save it so it's all saved. If I go print and preview and look at this, the customer itself only sees the one item, hotel for job, £110. They don't know the breakdown of what the original cost is versus the markup. So this can be a really good way for you to be making sure that you put markup to cover admin costs, or if there is actually generally a markup to be made there, so you're doing some sort of reselling of a solution or a service, then this could be a really good way for you to be able to make sure that you're achieving your markup you want. You apply that percentage and then you can put it through from there. Love, love, love this feature, and it saved me so much in my own personal way of doing work using QuickBooks. I do a lot of work for customers and clients where I'm having to do travel costs, I'm having to go to those particular areas. And what I want to be making sure is that if I've agreed with them that I can pass on the cost to them, I don't want to go out, pay for those travel costs, pay for that accommodation, and then realise that I've not actually invoiced them later down the line, leaving me in the lurch. So this way is a great way of doing that. Now that's great for expenses you've incurred. What about if you're just doing work for them as you go along? So let's go back to Alex Blue again and look at the information we've already got in there. And you'll see those 2 invoices or multiple invoices here that we've created, and they're all sat there waiting to be used, right? Great. What about if I've done something though, and I just need to remember to invoice for that later down the line? Well, that's where I use the new transaction options, and I use the option for delayed charge. And all the delayed charges, if I click on it, is me saying that there's something I need to remember to include on a future invoice. So I'm going to say here that I've actually provided for them some design work for £1,000. And part of that design work is the fact that it's going to be project 1, 2, 3. So I've got all the information there. I can save and close. What does the delay charge do? It's exactly the same. When I press new and invoice, because I'm already in Alex Blue, it's going to know it's for Alex Blue. On the right hand side, that charge is appearing there. And I can do exactly the same. I can add the charge in, have that charge sat there. That means I can save and close, generate the invoices. And the idea is that every time I incur a cost or incur some service that I want to make sure I invoice for, I can use billable expenses or delayed charges to ensure that my invoice and my customer never gets missed going forward. And next time I raise an invoice for them, I'm already prompted with items that need to be included. And as long as I don't forget to include those, then I'm all happy and all good. Don't forget as well, QuickBooks is also going to help you make sure that they pay you as well. So if I jump into an invoice, you can see that you've automatically got the option to accept card payments or set up a direct debit. Especially for ongoing clients, that direct debit can be really, really powerful. So that when you send an invoice out, automatically goes and collects the money from that customer. We love that feature. And then you also have the opportunity, if I go into the settings of card, go to account and settings, and I go and look at the sales area, we also have the opportunity to make sure that we set automatic reminders on. So we can make sure that if they haven't paid for whatever reason, that they can remind it on a regular basis. We can set reminder 2, reminder 3, so that they automatically get those reminders sent to them. This is really powerful, right? Because you can send an invoice to someone, they'll read it, they'll probably think about it, and it'll just completely go from their mind. Having that reminder though would be the point, go, oh, actually, no, got to get that paid, and hopefully means that you're going to get paid on a more regular basis. It's a subtle way of being able to make sure that you don't have to go chasing those invoices on a regular basis. So that's how QuickBooks can help you make sure that you don't miss out on that all-important income. Delayed charges, billable expenses can stop and help you make sure that you invoice for the work that you've actually done or the costs that you've incurred. And then you've got the opportunity to make it really easy for your clients to make payments to you. And you have the opportunity to have automatic reminders. It means that really QuickBooks has got everything you need to make sure that your small business has an opportunity to get paid for what it needs to do. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Is there anything else out there that QuickBooks can do? For me, it means that QuickBooks is that perfect solution for small businesses. It gives you all the tools, all the bits you need to make sure that you're invoicing for the work that you do. And that's the important part about being in a small business. But do let me know, comments below, what do you think to this? Is there anything it's missing? Could it do anything a little bit better? Let me know in the comments below. Well, I'd love to hear from you. And also don't forget that if you want anything else to do with the world of QuickBooks, if you're looking for any more tips and tricks, then you're already in the right place. Don't forget to use that like button, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, all of that good stuff to make sure that you are getting the most out of QuickBooks Online. My name's been Aaron Patrick. As always, it's been an absolute pleasure to do for you. Can't wait to see you in the next video, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Hello and welcome to this new series.
Hello and welcome to this video.
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 Hello and welcome to this video. Alright, let's get it set. Let's do this.
Oh yeah, I'm alright. Yes, I'm aware we go live every Monday.
The next generation is that everyone else that missed it.
Yeah. So current. Alright, you've told us what you love about the industry, but what would you change about the industry?
Where do I start?
During that period of time, where did everyone turn to? Their accountant, right? Their advisor, their bookkeeper, and you all did phenomenal work for small business.